Imagine walking into Walmart one morning, expecting to grab your usual groceries, and finding empty shelves, prices doubled, and workers quietly packing up because their jobs were just cut. It sounds like the plot of a dystopian movie, but this isn't fiction. It's real, and it's happening right now in towns across America. President Trump's massive new tariff package, nicknamed the Liberation Day Plan, has triggered a retail earthquake. Walmart, the symbol of American consumer power, is at the center of it all. If you're finding this topic important, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video. On April 2, 2025, President Trump signed Executive Order 14,257, introducing sweeping tariffs on nearly every product entering the United States, with exceptions only for Canada and Mexico. Overnight, a base 10% tariff was slapped on all imports. But the bigger blow came days later when China, America's largest trading partner, was hit with an eye-watering 145% tariff on most goods. The administration framed it as a patriotic push to bring jobs home. But for companies that depend on global sourcing, especially Walmart, the reality was swift and brutal. Walmart didn't waste time sounding the alarm. By the second week of April, shoppers began seeing price hikes on everything from cereal to lettuce. Quietly, the company shelved its famous, everyday low price campaign. Internally, the forecast was grim, a projected $25 billion net loss for just one quarter. But the biggest shock came when Walmart announced it would temporarily shut down 10 major distribution centers, putting over 50,000 jobs at risk. These weren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. These were real people, in real towns, suddenly faced with a wave of uncertainty. Behind the scenes, supply chains were crumbling. Walmart's just-in-time inventory model, once praised for its efficiency, couldn't keep up with the chaos. Container shipping costs from Asia to the U.S. skyrocketed, jumping from $3,500 to $6,500 in a matter of weeks, with projections of $8,500 looming. Freight was delayed. Containers piled up at ports. And with the tariff battle escalating, companies began panic buying to beat the next round of tariffs. Warehouses became gold mines. Rents soared by 400%, and storage fees spiked by 60% in a single quarter. Walmart, with its distribution centers shuttered, found itself bleeding millions daily just to store idle goods. And here's the kicker. This entire supply chain crisis wasn't due to a natural disaster or war. It was a man-made policy shock, launched in Washington, D.C. In cities like Brooksville, Florida, and Riverside, California, where Walmart's distribution hubs were community anchors, local governments scrambled. Emergency meetings were held. Trucking companies went idle. Mom-and-pop diners near the centers saw sales vanish overnight. The People's Union USA estimated 50,000 workers would be suspended without pay by June 30th. Some were temp workers. Others had been with Walmart for years. In response, boycott campaigns spread across social media, and Congress was flooded with angry calls demanding answers. Quick break. If you're watching and you felt the effects of inflation, layoffs, or empty shelves where you live, drop a comment below. What's it like on the ground where you are? I'd love to hear your story. Walmart's overseas suppliers, especially in China, were hit hard. The Huner toy factory in Guangdong, which had supplied Walmart for decades, cut production by 70% after U.S. buyers canceled their orders. Hundreds of workers were laid off. Back home, small U.S. businesses took collateral damage. Independent truckers lost contracts. Small suppliers faced bankruptcy as payments were delayed and insurance policies dropped. The National Federation of Independent Business warned that default rates among small businesses could rise to 2008 crisis levels. The retail ecosystem around Walmart, warehouses, repair shops, food vendors, began collapsing like dominoes. In a move to regain control, Walmart launched Project Reset, a sweeping plan to overhaul its supply chain within 24 months. Here's what that looks like. Walmart aggressively shifted sourcing to Vietnam, India, and Cambodia. By early 2025, the percentage of goods sourced from China dropped from 60% to 48%. A $1.2 billion investment was announced for expanding operations in Vietnam, but even that came with its own risks as Washington floated new anti-dumping duties on Southeast Asia. To insulate itself from global trade shocks, Walmart launched its Made in Heartland initiative, investing $5 billion in new manufacturing plants in Arkansas, Ohio, and South Carolina. Over the next 10 years, it pledged to spend $350 billion on American-made goods, aiming to reduce shipping times from a month to less than a week. Walmart partnered with robotics firm Symbotic to roll out a new AI-driven system called Link 16 across 400 fulfillment centers. This system monitors freight prices, weather, and tariff schedules to reroute goods automatically, potentially saving Walmart $600 million annually. But even with all this innovation, the company's position remains fragile. Wall Street analysts warn that any new tariff shock could derail these plans, and fast. Investors weren't patient. Walmart's stock dropped 11% in just 30 days, losing $37 billion in market value. ETFs tied to retail and logistics were hammered. FedEx and UPS announced layoffs. Even warehouse real estate firms like Prologis saw their shares plunge as vacancy fears mounted. The volatility index, VIX, spiked above 26, flashing red for investor panic. Walmart had gone from retail titan to tariff victim overnight. The European Union, furious over the trade measures, threatened €95 billion in retaliatory tariffs. Mexico and Canada issued warnings. Financial markets in Europe and Asia began to reflect fears of a longer, deeper trade war. The IMF stepped in, cautioning that Trump's tariff war could shatter the global trade order, hurting not just the U.S., but every major economy tied to it. Back in American households, the numbers speak for themselves. Beef and cereal prices are up 20 to 50%. Households are spending $1,000 more per year. Essential items are harder to find on shelves. Walmart's once reliable model, low prices, fully stocked aisles, has been replaced by shortages and frustration. Shoppers are posting photos of bare shelves, price tags that double in a week, and long lines for basic goods. The question for many, is this really helping America, or just hurting the people who can least afford it? Walmart's Project Reset shows resilience, but it's no silver bullet. The success of domestic factories depends on stability, something the current trade landscape lacks. If tariff tensions keep rising, Walmart might be forced to pass on more costs, lay off more workers, or even shutter more facilities. Meanwhile, political pressure is mounting. Allies want trade talks. Economists want rollback. But President Trump remains defiant, framing the tariffs as part of a second revolution to restore American manufacturing dominance. What's happening to Walmart is happening across the entire retail and logistics ecosystem. Companies large and small are grappling with a new world where global trade is no longer a given, and policy can change the rules overnight. At stake is not just the future of Walmart, but the future of American consumers, workers, and the global supply chain as we know it. If you found this breakdown useful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. Thanks so much for watching, and let's keep this conversation going in the comments.